Hey guys, welcome back. Just finished a long day of work, so I'm not gonna do too long of a stream today. Just want to work on, I think, maybe one or two things. Pretty low key. Just gonna keep it simple. I have one purpose for this live stream. Just gonna make sure everything's up and running. Yeah, okay. The purpose of this live stream, we're working a little on like mission features. So in order to do that, I have to get, like I'm working on a surface-to-air missile launcher feature, like game mission thing. And it needs a bit of work in order to function correctly. I will show you as we go through what I mean. Do my usual, put my Miller down, put my Zeus module down. We have to test this in single player, and then we also have to go to multiplayer and test this. Just to make sure everything works, because it's, we're making a multiplayer script. So we have to make sure that it functions properly in the intended environment that we want it to work in. It's all nice and good to have something working in the editor, but I'm sure some of you know, if you've ever done any scripting, if you then go to multiplayer, you may find that what you thought worked perfectly, in fact, does not work at all. So yeah, we have to do a little bit of testing of these systems that we're going to work on. I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. Sorry, just getting like, I have a second computer that I use just to like make sure the stream and everything works properly. So I just want to make sure that it's working as I want it to. Alright, I'm not using NVIDIA broadcasts either, so this is purely just a crappy Astro A40 microphone and me. Okay, let's get to work. So the problem is, I will show you. We'll use the Op4 one because that's the whole purpose. I'll spawn in the RIA 750. There's our launcher. We'll just set ourselves captive so it doesn't try to target us. And we'll give it a name. We'll call it QSAA. We'll give it a name. Actually, I'll move it just up here. The problem is, now let's spawn we'll spawn a target, maybe just over here. Say helicopter. Put one in the air. Actually, we want to put it on the ground first. Gotta get where we are. So where are we? We are on that little field. We'll go over here and spawn in our helicopter. This will be our this is our target. So we'll go QS target equals cursor object allow damage false. What else? X allow damage false for each crew cursor object. Let's keep them all alive. So that's our target. And we're just going to launch it into the air. We want it just to hover there. So I hope it just doesn't move. So come back here, and the main problem is with this tank right here is that it does not know how to properly aim. So I'll go QSAA. I wonder if this command watch works. Do watch. Is it gunner QSAA? Do watch QS target. Do target. Group gunner QSAA. Reveal QS target for. What I'm trying to do is just get. That's our target. Hopefully it doesn't run out of fuel or anything. And this is our surface-to-air missile site. How do I get this thing to actually like start doing stuff? That is the trick, isn't it? I've had this problem before with this, like it just doesn't respond to inputs. Just gonna make sure there's a gunner inside it. System chat. This is a little bit of like, so we're doing some experimentation. So QS gunner equals gunner cursor object. So just setting up our little demonstration here. So our target is here, our unit is here, and then there's a big building in the way. QS gunner do watch QS target. QS AA do watch. See, it just doesn't do anything, huh? Maybe we'll just do direct. So QS AA do watch. Get pause ATL QS target. That should work. Okay. Yeah. Love these things. Stupid. These are some of the dumbest vehicles in the game, unfortunately. So I asked it to watch like I asked it to watch that helicopter over there, but it is instead looking this way. It's also like nodding itself up and down. Anyway, the issue is that these things aim direct. So like a normal surface-to-air missile site in real life will, sort of like the ship launcher, like the VLS on the ship, it'll launch the missile up into the air and then it will attack the target. So these things are pretty stupid, so they just aim directly, and if there's like a building in the way, then so what? It just shoots at the building. That's the problem with the like in Invade and Annex. It's like an anti-air battery, and sometimes these things spawn as the actual launchers, and they will very frequently shoot at the buildings beside them because that's just what's in the way. Like that's, and they don't think about surrounding buildings in their launch trajectory. So what I want to do is work on a new firing mechanism for these systems. I want them to shoot up in the air and then hit their target. That's what we're going to work on. Instead of just looking towards the target, which would be like through the building. So let's go. I already have some stuff, like I was tinkering around with this yesterday. So I do have a couple things prepared already. I just have to like rename some variable names here. Basically what I'm trying to do, what do I need here? I don't need any of that. Do I need any of this? We'll use bits and pieces of this stuff. But we'll sort of start again up here. So I want to actually add, I was tinkering around with like adding an event handler to the gunner inside this thing. To put the logic on the gunner. But I actually want to get away because I don't need like AI units use a lot of processing power. So I want to get away from using how do you call it? Units, and I want to use agents instead because they can still operate the weapons. But for now, we'll just use it how it is. So this is our. I wish they'd make this like in a trailer variant, like with the legs up, so that we can tow it around. Because within some of the new towing stuff, it's possible. Anyway. So we'll make sure we got our variable name in QSAA. So we'll try attaching an event handler to the vehicle. We go QSA add event handler fired. What I'm trying to do is just override the normal like AI aiming stuff and just tell it to shoot when we find a target with the scripting system, like the anti-air scripting system that we're going to use. I want it just to fire a shot up into the air. And then the script will take over and assign the target from there. Just to take all the AI stupidity out of it. So what do we want? We want a fired event handler. I'm not sure if these are the right params for a fired event handler as opposed to a fired man event handler. So we're going to check Arma 3 event handlers. We'll just go into our trusty. This is one of my favorite pages in Arma, actually, because you find like you find solutions in this page. This page is filled with like you'll do a script or you'll design a system. You'll come to this page and you'll see a way to do it much cleaner and much better. It's like one of my favorite pages in the Arma wiki. So we'll go to a fired event handler, and like we have to check multiplayer because of the special behavior note. Like it only works on a player if you execute it on the player's machine. It'll only work if the player itself is nearby. That's caused problems with the VLS, like the ship launcher. Like I've tried to add the visualized projectiles from the ship launcher, but there's issues because the player is so far away when the shot happens that we often can't execute this. So we'll get our parameters. So it's just flipped it around. With the fired man event handler, it's like the unit and then the vehicle. But with the fired event handler, it's like this unit, but it can also say vehicle here. So say vehicle, and then the gunner is like the unit. So it's just flipped it around. So we'll take this stuff, and we'll flip it around, and we'll call it vehicle and unit. And now what I want to do is effectively what I've done down here, and the good thing about this missile launcher system is it only has one projectile type it can fire. Like the tough thing about adding these fired like fired event scripts, fired event handler things, onto normal anti-air is that they have the autocannon, and the autocannon fires so fast. I don't really want to spam the game thread with that many function calls. It just adds a lot more work for the server to do. So I'm very hesitant to add like fired events to server-owned assets in co-op, just because of the amount of AI it's got to handle. But with this thing, it's only got 4 shots. Its reload is relatively slow, so I don't mind adding it here, and it's pretty easy to handle. So what do we want to do? Air vehicle. We'll get the gunner as well. Actually, we'll just call it gunner, just to make it more clear. And then we also want the projectile that gets fired, which is right here already. We're gonna spawn a thread so we can add some suspension. Yeah, basically how I've done it down here is how I want to do it this way as well. So we have to declare our new local variables. So we'll go vehicle, gunner, projectile. I'm not sure about the sleep duration. Maybe just like, this is, like the sleep is just so the missile gets up over terrain blocks. So sleep 2 seems to be right, 2 seconds to gain altitude and then turn on target. Yeah, we'll add back our system chat. And then projectile set missile target QS target. And yeah, we're just going to, we also have to do some other stuff. We have to make it aim up in the air. Like right now it's just like doing stupid stuff. So we want to make it aim directly up in the air. Where do we want it to aim? I want it to just aim in a random direction. I don't know. Like I know, I'm just thinking about the direction. Like I know I want it to aim like straight up, but do I want it to aim straight up that way or the direction of the vehicle? Maybe? Yeah, we'll do direction of the vehicle. Just to make it look a bit better. So we want to get a position in front of the vehicle. Do like pause in front equals QSA get rail pause. I think it's like distance and direction. So we'll go distance is maybe 10 and then direction is 0. Direction being like relative. Oh god, Minar's back. Oh no. Troll. The head troll. That's what he was. So I get pause in front. Get real pause 10-0. I think that's the syntax. And then we're going to elevate the position up really high. So because we're declaring it twice, we have to set it as private. Pause in front equals pause in front vector add 0, 0, and then something high like 300. This is like vector add is like adding this. It's adding this vector or this. I guess you call it a vector to this vector. Or you could call this like position add as well for this case. So position add. So we're just adding 300 to the Z, like to the elevation. So this is our watch position. We want the, I think it's, I'm just not sure whether I have to give the commands to the gunner or to the vehicle itself? I just don't know. We're gonna find that stuff out though. That's why we're here. QSA, do watch, pause in front. So we'll just try our little thing here. Stupid thing. I hate how this is like looking. Yeah, okay. So this is what I want. I want it looking like this. This is perfect. So I don't want it like looking at this building right here towards the target. I want it just like deployed in this position. I wish there was like a script or some way or some like config in this vehicle to like deploy it to have it look straight up, because this is what we need. Alright, next step. So it's aiming in the right spot. We also want to get rid of some of the AI though, like what are we gonna do? Have we given the gunner a variable name? It's like US gunner or something. So US gunner equals, we've done this before. So we'll give the gunner a variable name. And now we want to, oh, not there. We want to disable some of the AI. So gunner disable AI all. We'll see what this does. Like, I want to make it as stupid as possible. I don't even want AI in there. I want something dumber. Like I want complete control over how this thing behaves. Okay, so disable AI all. And now I want to test. We've just disabled all the AI, but I want to test to make sure it is stupid. So I'm just going to fly this thing over. Oop, I gotta do some stuff. QS AA allow damage false. Just in case. I want to make sure that it doesn't. Oh, we'll make sure we're damage off as well, because we're pretty close. So I want to make sure that it doesn't start trying to like track other targets. I just want it. You can picture like an AO with lots of stuff happening. We don't want this thing like looking around and like we have it scripted to look up in the air, and then a player flies over in a cast jet, and then this thing like spins around to track the new target. We don't want that. We just want it stupid, sitting there doing nothing. The AI inside it is only there just to pull the trigger. We don't want anything else. Unfortunately, we can't pull the trigger without an AI. Sort of stupid. Alright, that seems good. It's not getting distracted by anything. It's very nice. So now we will. That seems to work. All this like code up here works fine. And now we want it to shoot. We want to script a shot. So, and then we also want it to like reload. So, a set vehicle ammo1. So I've gone ahead and found in the configs like the weapon that it shoots. So we won't have to dick around looking for what to do. And then this is a really good function, the bis function fire. This is like a good function just to get vehicles to shoot their weapons. So we're just going to test to make sure this works. We just want it to shoot. That's all we're trying to do here. No fancy stuff. See, now it doesn't shoot. I think this is because I've turned some of the AI off. I'm pretty sure this is because... Or maybe I have to do like gunner. Gunner... Nah, that doesn't work either. So we're gonna have to enable some of the AI, I think. So we have to enable one of these things will deal with the AI's ability just to shoot. I think it might be anim. I think it's anim. So use gunner enable AI anim. We'll see if it's this. I don't actually know yet though. Nope. Well, and I don't know whether to give the order to the vehicle or the gunner yet either. Nope, not that. So disable AI anim. So it's disabled again. Now which one would it be? Target maybe? I'm just not sure. Or is it weapon aim? I don't know. We'll just have to find out. Enable AI target. I'm gonna go through one by one and find out which command actually gets this thing to shoot. Nope. That weapon aim one? Might be this one. We'll go gunner, weapon aim. Tested this gunner needs the order. Interesting. So getting it to actually shoot is just a bit of a trick. I wonder what we need to enable, if it is even like an enable thing. So if I go enable AI all, and then go to vehicle. Now even that's not working. This is like one of the problems with this system. It's just getting it to shoot its gun. How did I worked on this a little bit. So how did I get it to do this before? I have a little block of code here. Weapons. So we'll simplify it a bit because we know the weapon that it has. We don't need to worry about it. Let's check out, because we're using like this one vehicle, we're gonna go in and try to simplify this script a bit. So we'll find MIM145 launcher and check out the modes in CFG weapons. Go weapons. What was it again? It was weapon MIM145 launcher. Weapons EW. This one. Got it. And now we want the modes that it has. Just LO A. Interesting. LOAL distance. So it's got like this interesting mode, lock on after launch, which is exactly what we want it to do. We don't want it to like lock on before it launches. So we'll take its mode directly, LOAL distance, and we'll use the weapon, the MIM145 launcher, and we'll see if this line can force it to fire. I wish you could just force vehicles to shoot without bots being in them. That's the main problem, is the AI that's there. It doesn't seem to like that. Maybe it's just the vehicle. Oh. Our first problem. getting this thing to shoot. This is the this is what we do. Gunner, maybe enable AI, I don't know. Nah, that's not it. So how do we get this vehicle to shoot its gun? That's its weapon mode. I wonder if just this block will work. Watch this block work. Yes, gunner, disable AI, all. I'm gonna try if we can, later on I'm gonna see if we can put agents in there instead of units, just to see if this will work. Weapon, where are we? Weapon, just like resetting this little script bit. Mode. Oh, there we go. How did that work? How did that work? How did that work? And we used gunner, didn't we? Yes, we used gunner. QS, gunner, disable AI all. Turn the AI off again. I'm gonna watch from here. Better this way. So, what was wrong with this? Why didn't this work? Is it like, maybe it wants this. Nope. Force weapon fire. Just getting this thing to fire is like a absolute pain in the ass. 0. What is this thing's actual weapon again? I should double check this. System chat is their weapon cursor object. Ah, that's why. Maybe I was using the NATO one before. I'm just an idiot. Weapons S750 launcher. S750. So this all could just be because I'm stupid. So we'll go back to our original function here. Okay, we seem to have conquered this AI. Where is its ammo? Okay, I'm not sure what just happened there. We'll just keep testing it for a bit. For some reason, it like tubes are all empty, and then they're not. It's a bit strange. So I wonder what happens there. Like if I take the set vehicle ammo command out, does it change how this works? Sort of. Interesting. So set vehicle ammo 1 like takes all the ammo out. So we go Gus a set vehicle ammo 1, and this like takes all the ammo out for a sec. I don't even know. I don't know, man. This is a weird vehicle. I'm also getting some like laggy, glitchy stuff going on, which is a bit weird. I think these missiles just go up and up and up and just keep going. So I think they're like up in the stratosphere and it's causing issues. So we're going to reload that. Got to do some stuff again now. Got to respawn all our nice pretty assets. So 750. We did it in the same spot just because this is a good test location. We'll put our target on the ground over here again. And we'll go do stuff with our target for a sec. QS target equals cursor object. Cursor object. Allow damage false. Make the crew invincible as well. We want them to be able to fly, so I'm not sure how to like they're gonna take a hit and then they're gonna try to bug out. So whatever, I don't care. Let's make another if they do that. Make sure we're okay. Make sure this guy's okay. Give him a variable name first. Basically what we're trying to do, if anyone just started watching, like the way this AI normally works is this, if this asset was targeting this helicopter over here, it would just aim directly at it. So it would be like aiming through the building and it wouldn't be able to effectively engage it. And this is what stopped me from using this surface to air, like this SAM site thing in Arma, like in mission making, is how stupid the targeting of it was. Like it would just shoot at this building and like it would just hit the building, like because it would be aiming directly at this helicopter here. So I want to make the firing a bit more smart, like not smart, just a bit more logical. Like we want it to fire directly up in the air and then target what it wants to target. So that's what we're trying to do. Trying to change the firing mechanism of this thing for mission making. So we got our cursor object, QSA, damage false, here's gunner. So we'll name the gunner as well. And we've been working on a little bit of code here, so we got a couple lines here just to make it like look up in the air and then go brain dead. Like we use disable AI all on it just to make it brain dead once it's looking up in the air. So we'll, of course, no, it doesn't want to work again. USAA, I think it's because we disable the AI too fast. Gunner. I just don't know why. It's so frustrating to work with that like the same command can just not work sometimes. US gunner, enable AI, all. Yeah, now it looks up in the air. Okay. So I'll have to remember to add like a sleep to that. So I'll make a note here like if we disable AI all too soon, gun will not animate. So we want to slow down, like want to remember to add a like we'll spawn this bit, so 0 spawn sleep 3 or something, sleep 5, just to give it some time to look up in the air before we disable AI on it. So we'll just execute this. But it's already looking where we want it to look. So this is what I want it to be, like this is like deployed. So it's gonna shoot and then it's gonna lock on to its target. That's what we want. It's good. Much better than the stupid way they just shoot at buildings and like try to fire direct, disregarding line of sight. So we got this. We're gonna practice firing with this little bit of code here. So we'll just practice firing. Problem is like that projectile seems to cause lag, so I don't want to fire. I want to put this block of code on it first. So we'll put our fired event handler, and what we got here is like when the vehicle fires, then we're going to wait a couple seconds for it to gain altitude, and then we're going to set a target for the projectile via script. So this is just for test purposes. So we'll add this now, just so the missile doesn't just go straight up in the air and lag us out. Alright, that's on. So we should see this work right now. We're going to force it to fire. I have a feeling this is just going to do what we want now. So we'll try to see if we can watch the projectile. Up it goes, 2 seconds. What's it doing? Where'd our projectile go? There's our target down here. I think maybe the well, it's not getting hit. I don't know. Maybe I slept too long. So USA, remove all. We'll get rid of that event handler, and we'll try a new one. Maybe we'd like a sleep 0.5 just because this target's so close. So I'll apply the new one with the smaller sleep, and then we'll see if we can trigger it. I shouldn't have to disable AI, so we'll just execute this. Let's see what we can do. Make it fire. And it just goes straight up. Okay. A bit strange. Does it have to be just further out? Like, is the angle too steep? And the target like too low or something? Maybe we put like the put our target like near the volcano. Uh-oh. Where'd our target go? Just sitting there. I want to drag it and then like put it up. Trying to move it further away. Put it into our volcano, put it up in the air, and then we'll get our thing to fire. Up it goes. Nope. Okay, so something is not right there. Set missile target. This code seems to be alright. US target. Make sure our target's defined. Is it defined? Ah, our target's not defined. God, how is that possible? Where's our helicopter? Let's get our cursor object. Yep, good. So US target equals cursor object. Okay. So we're gonna test one shot here, and then we're gonna bring it back closer. I have a feeling this is gonna work now. So we need the gunner to shoot. Oh, and there it goes. Okay. Following it. Interesting, it just like missed. Shoot again. Is it just that it flared away? Or that the angle is too steep for it? We're just like firing a few shots. Seems to be consistently missing. We'll try dragging our target closer and see what happens. So we'll go back to our square one position. I think this is it. This is a bit lower, is like over the roughly there, except much lower. So what does it do? Up. Yeah, okay. This is interesting. Like this is the wrong kind of target. Like the goal is for this thing to be very effective against like planes, like cast planes and UAVs in particular. Because players are so good at using those assets for like recon that I want like a task to appear every now and then. And this one will have to have some warning beforehand, or else it'll just feel like, you know, getting god sniped from the ground. So we'll pop like a little warning that that's like deploying a SAM site. And then we'll have something like this task come up. Yeah, so it's got like an interesting cone. And now we'll start to get a bit more creative. So we'll spawn a plane. Planes, maybe a wipeout, cast wipeout. And then I have a block down here that I was working on before, which is like a bit of a ghetto targeting system for it. So I'm going to see if we can get this to work. I hope this just works. So, position QSAA, near entities plane, we'll go 5,000 just for testing. If the array is not null, like there's elements in the array, and we sort to make sure that they're side west and that they're like greater than 100 meters off the ground, so like planes. We'll report what the target is, and then if the target is alive, there'll be like a few seconds delay, and then we'll use our new block here. We don't need to use that function, we just need to use this block. So gunner AA. We'll see what happens here. Where's our plane? It's like up there, huh? We'll go execute this. Delay. And where'd our missile go? Interesting. Just disappeared. So what did we do wrong there? There was a delay. We fired. I'm not sure what the problem was. We fired. We'll change this to like 10,000. I know that's not a very pretty script. Near entities 10,000. But it's just for testing. So we get this over like somewhere else to give this missile a chance to do its thing. And then we'll fire again. So just going straight up, it's not actually targeting properly. Oh, okay, that's stupid me. So I have it targeting this. So we want to have it target the new variable, which is like, did you say target one? I'll just change the ones down here. So we're defining this new variable. Okay, this should work. It's gonna fire up and then curl towards its target. This is what we want. And the plane flared, so it's okay. But the idea is like, because now that it's not trying to aim itself, like the AI is really stupid, it would try to it would hit this building. I'm just trying to target it normally, like it would look towards the target. Like now we can spawn it in much more interesting spots. Like we can spawn it beside a building, like in a town or something, like this. And we can have it, there's our plane like way out here on the other island. So our plane's way out here. And our SAM site is like, this is how you'd expect a SAM site to be. Whereas like the vanilla aiming is really, really stupid. Like I'll show you the vanilla aiming. Where are we? So we'll spawn in another one. Say like right here in a city street, and then we'll put a ghost hawk up in the air. See how it aims? It's just aiming direct, like line of sight. Like this is how stupid they are. So the helicopter like goes off to the side. This is the vanilla aiming of these things. This is... So if you tried to order to shoot at the helicopter now, you just hit this building right here. Whereas like this one, you know, this one is gonna work. That one up there, vanilla, scripted. Vanilla, scripted. This is the whole point of what we're doing right now. You see how dumb the vanilla one is. It's just like pretty dopey, looking at the building, not ready to do anything. Whereas you want it to be like this. So now this one should shoot. Firing a shot. Gonna hit. Close. But this is good. Like, if it doesn't hit, it's okay. It's just gonna scare the crap out of the cast pilot. I wouldn't mind seeing him actually get hit though, because like, it's supposed to be a pretty lethal machine, like S300 style stuff. I'm gonna increase my view distance. Set view distance 6,000. Yeah, it seems to not be doing a very good job targeting. This thing's having no problem evading. Maybe we'll shoot a few times in a row. See if those flares work. It's actually not shooting very well. I wonder if it's up really high, will it work better? So the plane is like way up in the air. Does this thing work better? You can sort of see the curve of the trajectory. I don't know. I'm wondering why it's not shooting why it's not hitting very well. We want to get rid of that one, because that one knows about the target too well. We'll see if it can hit the helicopter. So it should switch without even like altering its position. It should now target that helicopter over there. Maybe not. No, it won't. Okay. We'll have to change the, it's because it's too low. So change the altitude threshold to 0. There we go. Well, I thought that was gonna work. Oh, plane, okay. Change it to air. Now we should see fireworks. Yep. How's this firing? Nah, too close. What if it's way up high though? It's gonna hit? For some reason this thing's very bad at like aiming. I wonder why. Maybe it's this, the LOAL distance. Just change it to it should already have its target acquired. Let's change it to a new firing system. Nah, it doesn't want to work. It's gotta be LOAL distance. Huh. Interesting. So why is it so bad at aiming? Maybe it wants the target to be really far away. Like maybe it's meant for like super distant targets. So we'll spawn one over here. Where's our block that we need? This one? Maybe 20. I know it's ugly, whatever. We'll use our block. And now, it's way up in the air. And now we'll use our block, see if it flares. I'm just watching up there. It's gonna flare. Yeah, it's flaring. The Zeus camera doesn't go up there. Oh, it hit. Oh, that's awesome. So it hit like really high target. That's cool. I don't actually mind that. Like this isn't meant to target helicopters. It's meant to target jets and UAVs and to be a mission objective. What I might do though is like remove these things from the anti-air battery mission so that it's just the Tigris or whatever it is. And then I'll save these for like SAM site missions. There's no target for it. So we'll go once more. See if like target up here. Let's shoot. UV flares. No hits. Oh, got him. Is there a pilot? Okay, cool. Whenever I can like put it up, fix it, put our pilot into it, and then fix it without him going down. That's cool. We just saved our pilot and our plane with use. So we can just keep hurting him over and over. We'll fire at him again. Interesting. I don't even see the missile. Well, I'm pretty happy with how this is. But with our disable AI stuff, we have to be careful. Because if we execute disable AI too soon, we had issues where our turret wouldn't animate. So we're not actually hitting this guy very well. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, I guess flaring works. Where's our SAM site? Yeah, so that's what we're doing. Like, this is vanilla. This is vanilla. And this is scripted. Just to make this thing work a bit better. What else do I want to work on? Or should we keep working on this? There's still work to do. Got him. Alright, that hurt pretty hard. I can't fix that, sorry guys. So, let's go back to our script and see how we can spawn this thing properly. This is our script right here. We got our fired event where we take control of the projectile after it's been fired and move it towards the target that we have. This is at the start of the I wonder here, we'll use this stupid one as like a test. So I want to get it aiming up and then disable AI on it so it stays looking up. Well, that failed. It's not doing anything. Ah, no. I'll use cursor object. Cursor object, and then gunner cursor object. So get him. Nope, that didn't work either. Oh, there he goes. You know, I guess that's good enough. Like, I don't know why he's off to the side. Yeah, he's given up. That is what we don't want. Oh, and he's even shaking his head at me saying no. Look at that. These things are so stupid. Oh, he's looking at me. This is actually a good test. See, he sees me as like a target. So I want him to just to look up. No, he's just looking at me. I wonder if there's like animations in this thing. What is it? It is a... What, in fact, is it? Oh, SAM System 04. Go vehicles. We're just looking for this vehicle in config. LMNO OSAM system. So I want to see if there's like animations to deploy it. Missiles revolving. Nope. Should be a deploy animation. But they didn't bother to do anything like that. I wonder what sort of AI is in it. System chat, stir, type of gunner cursor object. Oh, UAV AI. I wonder if we can delete vehicle X or H through cursor object. So we'll get our gunner out of there. This thing's got nothing in it. It's just an empty vehicle. I wonder if I can put a an agent in it. New equals new gunner equals create agent. What's our placement? Type position markers. Very similar to create unit. O UAV AI 000 none. have to probably use, I need cursor object. So I gotta go down here when I do it. New gunner, assign as gunner, cursor object, new gunner, move in gunner, cursor object. Okay, so we have an agent in there now. This is like the next phase of designing what we want to do. This is good. Chatster gunner cursor object. Agent, yeah, and then memory location. That's good. So hopefully we can make this thing do what we want it to do. We'll use our block again. QS AAA equals cursor object. 3 A's for good luck. Change this block for our new vehicle. Gunner. Disable all. Can we get it to look up? No. Oh, and then he stopped. He was doing something, and then he stopped. Anim, is it anim? That we need to do? I think it's just anim. I think that's just it. Or is it weapon aim? Come on, please, please work. Please, yes, so it's weapon aim, okay. Yes, okay, we have an agent in here now. This is even better, because agents, they don't respond when things fly overhead like this. Like if a, not a cast jet, but a ghost hawk. We'll get our gunner out of there as well. They don't respond like a vanilla one would see this helicopter flying over and get all excited. Look at him. He's like direct firing. Like, that's nice. But what if there's a building? What if there's a building in the way? Now he's looking at the helicopter, tracking it. There's a building in the way. What's he doing? It's stupid. That's why we are doing this. But even this, we want to dumb it down even further. So we're using an agent in this one. Look at this, is the behavior that we're trying to avoid. This vanilla junk. Then we have our scripted one. So this is the AAA. So we're gonna just pretty much duplicate everything with our AAA stuff. So we'll add our QS AAA. We're gonna add our event handler in a sec. Just preparing our little code blocks. So we'll add our event handler. Very important. Alright, so this one's ready to go. Gunner AAA, like that. No junk. Air 20,000. And we'll spawn our plane somewhere just to get it to. We'll get rid of the heli. Get our jet up. Put 2 of them up just for fun. And now we'll see if we can get this guy to fire. If we can, then this is progressing nicely. Oh my god. Oh my god. That gets me excited seeing that. No, it's not supposed to be exciting. But seeing that we just got rid of the AI inside this thing for the most part, for me that is very exciting because I had questions about whether this thing would get distracted by enemies moving around nearby or other targets. When I wanted to just, because when it gets distracted, it starts to look around like this one was doing, like through buildings and through obstacles. Whereas I wanted to just stay like that and not move. So this one, I have much more confidence that it's not going to move. So we'll do a few more test fires. That was, yes. They might be a bit low for it, so I'm going to move them up higher. And now, shoot. So who's he going to target? One of them? Whichever one flares. That one. Oh, got him. Alright, so these are like optimized for shooting high flying targets, which is good. This one next. Very cool, very cool. I'm very happy. I'm being made very happy right now. Sounds weird to say, but just to see things like, cause you get it, you end up like running into just like insurmountable bugs with Arma AI, and to be able to replace the gunner with a like a very simplistic bot, very satisfying. I also want to see, like we'll use this one for this test. I want to see if we can get this one to shoot with no crew in it. We need it to point up first. So how do we do that? We'll get our trusty little code block out. Cursor object a little bit. And then gunner cursor object. Get him looking up. Disable animation. Alright. So that's good. And then I want to get rid of the gunner. So we'll get that crew out of there. Make sure. I've only like, what I'm trying to do here is a desperate attempt to get this vehicle to shoot with no AI in it. A desperate attempt. So we'll go. Cursor object. And then force open fire. Isn't it like LOAL distance? Yeah. This is an annoying bit thing about Arma is you can't get a vehicle just to shoot its weapon. Like there's gotta be a bot in there. Maybe we'll check our like actions page. So we go over to action. This is another, you can find like where we're going now, we can find a lot of things, interesting things in there. So we can trigger actions to like use weapons and stuff. So I'm gonna look in this trusty one. This is an interesting page as well. A lot of interesting stuff in here along this side. We're looking for a used weapon. So we'll find here, yeah, used weapon and how. I just want to read this for a sec. Target unit will fire the specified unit's position in the target vehicle. It can be the unit itself, weapon mode index. Pick up animation. I want to see if like I can fire the weapon. Like this is sort of what I'm looking at. I wonder what that 0 is for. I think it's just for the use weapon vehicle cursor object. I'm just not sure why. Ah, yeah, weapon index. Okay. So here's our stuff. I'm wondering if I can fire this weapon with no crew in it. Like I just want to I want it to shoot. I don't want any of the bot stuff in it. Like I want it to animate its turret up like this. And then I want that gunner to piss off and just not be there. Like the gunner inside causes more trouble. I just want it pointing up. So I want to see if I can shoot this gun. So this is like pasted from the page. So we'll go player action, use weapon, cursor object. I'm not hopeful about this, by the way. This is just like an attempt just to see what happens. No. Gunner, cursor object. I wonder. I can like, what can I do? I can like spawn an agent quickly just to shoot and then despawn it. So I can go, I'm just gonna go into the code block for a sec here. I'm gonna go agent equals create agent O UAV AI 000 none agent disable AI all assign as gunner cursor object move in gunner cursor object. So this might be part of our like firing block of code. Like I just need something like a bot to pull the trigger in there to fire, and then get rid of it between shots. OUAV, disable AI all. We'll go. I should call this one like. We'll give it a name. Quad A. Alright, so we give it a name. And then we'll use our script. And we'll just adjust our script to make this work. So if a live target, then we can get rid of this, make it a 1 second sleep. And then we will spawn our agent to shoot the weapon. Move in gunner. And then force weapon fire, and then maybe like give it a tiny sleep. Just like a frame or something. Like half a frame. Just to give it time to move in, and then 0.05, and then delete vehicle agent. So we want to spawn him in, have him pull a trigger, and then go away. So we'll try this as a little quirky spawn mechanism. We need a target. Jets have all disappeared. Spawn in a target. Maybe higher. Spawn him in higher. And now, let's see what happens. So I should see a bot in there for like very briefly. How about that? That is cool. You might have seen it like flash red for a sec. Hopefully this guy doesn't die. There's my jet. There he is. Don't die, boy. We need you. I'm also getting that stuttering, like this thing. I actually remember now when the Jets DLC came out. This thing would cause servers to crash. Like something about the missile like causes problems. I remember now too, like when the Jets DLC came out and we were like Zeus was like spawning these and the missiles were causing problems. That might be another thing to consider. Anyways, so we'll test the shooting mechanism. I'll deal with that issue later. Like it might be just that we have to track the projectile and then delete it after a certain amount of time. So just watch the yellow thing there. You'll see it like, see that's empty. You'll see it go red briefly for the shot, and then right after the shot he'll disappear. Which is, this is much better now. Yep. So that missile is just going straight up into the air. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, how about that? Yeah, and then I can feel that we're getting some of the stuttering. Probably from the projectiles. I wonder how he'd delete them. Whatever. Just like we'll flog this game until it crashes. It didn't work at all. Yeah, so he moves in, shoots his shot, and then disappears. Those projectiles are just going straight up, so we have to track and delete the projectiles. Because it's obviously like up in the stratosphere somewhere. And still going and going. So we're gonna have to do some monitoring on that. Yeah, so I'll put in a note. We gotta add some notes here. Use agents, not units. Spawn for firing and delete. Projectiles will cause server lag issues, so need to be managed, deleted after a period. I hope just deleting them works. I hope it's not like some other issue going on. But I might report this bug to the forums or to Bohemia. Like it's pretty repeatable. Like we'll see how repeatable it actually is. Back to the editor, back in. And we'll put one of our guys down. Turrets. 750. Where's our script? We go. Cursor object. Something like this. Just gonna spawn this one, get it active. Look up in the air. And then I wonder if we just like we're just gonna like get this guy to fire a few times and just see if we get lag from it. Because I think these things, I think the projectiles do. So we're gonna do a bit of diagnostics on this because I have encountered this lag stuff before, so I wanna just do some testing on it. So prepare our code, make an array to track projectiles in. We don't need this stuff. Push back. Projectile. Do like we'll track our projectiles there, and then in the array I want to equals array select not is null x. So we'll only track the one, or we'll purge the ones that don't exist anymore. Their count QS array. So I just want to see if we fire this thing. Do the projectiles just keep going up? Come up to it. Hope that works. Now we got a counter up in the top corner. We got a counter for active projectiles shot by this thing. So we're just going to basically just execute fire on this thing a few times. And see what happens. Get 2. Why am I not able to shoot? Quite annoying, actually. What should I call it? QSB cursor object. We're just doing some testing on like the lag that we get when we shoot this thing, because it could be a problem. Like we can't make missions if it's gonna like crash the server just by using it. So yeah, those 2 missiles, you can see I fired those missiles some time ago. And they're still existing in the game world, just going up and up and up. Which is a pretty big problem. So we're gonna try. I can feel like lag and stuff, like just a lot of lag moving now. So I'll try to exacerbate the problem a little bit. Just rearm it. Just trying to shoot it a few times. Oh, that went down to 5, or was it at 5 before? I don't know. You can definitely feel that it's like a bit laggy though. It's 6. I want to get to 10. 8. Just going straight up. We're at 8. Come on. Put some missiles back. Let's go. Copy the code. Say vehicle ammo 1. It's like, just tired of shooting. I want to try something actually. So where is that first projectile at? Actually, we'll test to see if we can fix it. So delete vehicle X for each QS array. Does this fix it? Yes. No more stutter. So we just have to manage and delete projectiles. So that's true. We just have to make sure they die after a while. We'll try. For some reason, I'm not able to not able to rearm this thing. For some reason, that vehicle ammo doesn't work. Just doesn't work. Love Arma. We'll spawn a new one, whatever. This time we're gonna have some fun. So let's do something here. Player allowed damage false. We'll get it looking up. Do what we always do. Or not. Oh, Arma. Come on, let's go. Look up. Cursor object, yes. Gunner cursor object. I don't know, man. Arma. Like you do the same thing twice and you get 2 different results. So we'll get rid of that disable AI all bit for a sec. Get him looking up. And now disable AI all. And now, what I want, we're gonna have some fun with this one. Stir get pause ATL player. I'm gonna track our position, actually our altitude. Select 2. Some of you can probably see where I'm going with this. I just feel like these projectiles just keep going up. So we'll do that, and then cursor object. Do player attached to projectile 0 0 XYZ 0 0. I want to be offset a little bit so I can watch stuff. We'll go 2. That looks good. Add the event handler to this vehicle. I've done stuff like this before, for like shooting people across the island, like not teleporting, but like, you know, shooting like firing people into battle from a cannon sort of thing. I've done stuff like this before. It's quite amusing. So we'll go. All we want is to give it a name, so QSC equals cursor object. And then we'll go C, but we want a small delay, so 0 spawn, sleep 3. Alright, we're gonna go for a ride. Let's See what happens. Oh crap. No. Uh-oh. We're getting shot into the upper atmosphere here, and I have very limited control. Up in the top corner is our altitude. 21,000. This is the problem with these missiles, is they just keep going up. 30,000. I'm not even sure what's up here. Unfortunately, I have very limited mouse controls. I can't move my head. Gun still works. 30,000. We seem to be slowing down, like we're... Oh! I have no idea what happened. We're at 31,000 feet. This is actually a nice view. Set view distance 30,000. This might get a little laggy. That didn't help at all. 0 set fog 0. Okay, we're just way too high for anything. But we can see really far, in theory. Somewhere below us is terrain. But we're up at 30,000 feet, so... I probably have enough time to, like, go make dinner. We're just very, very high. That's the problem with these projectiles, is they just go up and up, and that one destroyed itself. But the others before were not. So they're causing lag. What is that ground distortion there? Oh, there's Tanoa. That's a cool view. Look at how high up we are. I'll try to rotate. Look at that, man. That's cool. Like map height. 26,000. Wonder what we could do with these altitudes. Like, we've always been so low to the ground, but can we do anything with these altitudes, guys? Is there anything we can do? I don't know. It's a very pretty view, though. Maybe set view distance 20,000 now. We don't need 30,000 anymore. Oh, now we're blind again. Yeah, so I don't know. These missiles are causing problems, but I think we know how to handle them. We just have to make sure they get deleted after a certain amount of time. I think that's about it, guys. We spent, I cannot believe we spent an hour and 40 minutes on that. And we have barely anything to show for it. Like, not much got done. We discovered what we needed to. We found a good method of firing them without risking having them, like, look at the ground. We discovered an Arma bug with the missiles and discovered workaround for it. So we made progress to the point where I can actually start mission design using that new technology, however you want to call it. Not technology, but like I can actually use the asset now, which is exciting for me. So I wanted to use it before. Like, if we go look in the code, I know we're falling, but if we go look in the code, Invade and Annex code, a long time ago, some astute observers may have realized in our, where are we, dynamic tasks? Dynamic tasks. There's actually a few different types here. a destroy task, which is like what the JTACs can do. A medevac task, which is like when you request medevac, there's prisoner tasks for like captured units. There's an evac pilot task, which we haven't used yet. It's just been, we just haven't used it yet. We will, but not yet, or not up to now. Fire support tasks. There's actually one for a, I wonder where the others are, like the small tasks, AO small tasks. I wonder what file they're in. Oh no, it's the AO small tasks. Yeah, I'm stupid. So AO small tasks. Yeah, if you look up here, these are like the tasks that the enemy can create. And it's like the HVT task, the medevac task, destroy vehicle. We didn't use this one because we added the JTAC system instead. The ability to mark vehicles. Like all of these I ended up replacing with like more dynamic ones. It's like this medevac task. I can actually remove it because players in the vanilla version can request medevac, which is what this was building towards. The arrest HVT one, it's good. Maybe we'll keep that one. The destroy vehicle, like JTAC can mark targets. And then there was this one. Destroy the mobile SAM site. We never actually used it. But that will probably change. Now that, so that's been in there for a while, but there's just never a mission assigned to it. But that'll probably change in the near future. And that's what this little live stream is building towards, was making the SAM sites usable as a mission feature. Whereas before they would just like look at the terrain and then like look at buildings and do stupid stuff. And maybe even like shoot at stuff we don't want it to shoot at, like helicopters. But now we're just gonna use the asset, like use the launcher, but take away its own fire control and just use our fire control. Maybe we'll do something with radars as well, like those radar sites. So that's something I might think about as well, is how to have like limited area SAM site support. But yeah, so I think we're about at the end for today. I'm gonna wrap it up before we hit the ground. If you look in the top right corner, we're slowly moving towards the ground. I've been skydiving and you go towards the ground much faster than this. It's quite slow. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. Just admiring the view as we descend. I wonder what I can hit. I wonder if I can land in the volcano. I'm gonna try to land in the volcano. I have no parachute. Oh, okay. Graphical glitches up at this height, apparently. Really the water. The water's a bit strange up here. Not quite black as I want it to be. We're actually quite far from the volcano. I don't think I can make it. I'll have to like I'll have to do some serious like wingsuit stuff. But yeah, guys, that's what we wanted to work on today. We got done what we wanted to, which was to experiment and figure out the best way to use the SAM site. And the scripting that we need to use. So it's just, we just have a page of junk. Like, we have a page of junk, but we'll turn this into something usable. Just for now. I wonder if I can speed this up. Yes, time times 4. Oh, I'm not sure I'm gonna make the volcano. I'm just a bit far. Probably get like halfway there. I just didn't get far at all. Way off target. Alright guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up right here.